Hi everybody, today I did something awesome. I went to and I realized this is going to be backwards, Women Empowered Leadership Conference from the, put on by the Chamber of Commerce. And you know what, I have been in business for a long time, but I really haven't ever sought much out through the Chamber of Commerce. But they have a committee on there for the women in business, which is what this was done through. And it's awesome. I've done a lot of, associations with real estate, the local board, the national board, and then the Women's Council of Realtors, and that's really cool. But this Chamber of Commerce was really fun. So yesterday I saw that it was, this event was happening today, and so I signed up and I went. And I want to tell you a little bit about what I learned because there was some really good stuff, and I may as well share with you because I learned some awesome stuff. So our first speaker, and I will just use this to show you pictures, was McCullough. I'll show you her picture because I know the words will be background. But she has this book, and she gave us a copy of this book, Make It Happen. And I know, backwards isn't going to work. But it's called Make It Happen Blueprint, and it's really awesome. It says 18 high-performance practices to crush it in life and business without burning out. Yeah, awesome. The person who presented her said, I thought this would be a quick read, but I ended up opening up this book and having my notepad with me and making all these notes, so I'm really excited to read it, and I will share more of this as I get further into it. A couple things that I took away from her talk, and I'm just going to read you my notes because it was so amazing, is she talked about learning to run a half marathon, and she said, look, our bodies can do amazing things, and if our bodies can do amazing things with practice, our brains can also do amazing things with practice. It's not a coincidence that, doctors call their business a practice. Lawyers call their business a practice. We are practicing. Success is a practice. Are you practicing at staying the same, or are you practicing succeeding? One of her little go-to sayings is make it happen. She had a friend growing up that would always say that to her. Michelle would tell this friend an idea, and her friend would say, make it happen. And she did. She talked about purpose, knowing what you want and knowing what matters is your driving force. If you have a lack of purpose, you have a lack of passion, and you have a lack of drive. She also talked about persuasion, and I really liked this. She talked about having a conversation with someone, going into that conversation, knowing what you want to get out of it and where you want to end up, going into the conversation with that intent, and then getting the person on your side and working with you. So sort of enrolling them in your plan, in your dream. There was 4 steps to do that. First step is to have an idea or have a dream and say, hey, I really want to do this. And then the second is giving them some sort of commitment. Say, I really wanted to do this for a long time. Or I just read this amazing article and it struck something in me and I'm passionate about it and this is why I want to do this. Having a plan. This is what I'm going to do to accomplish this. And then number 4 is have a question of support. Is this something you can help me with? Or how do you think you can help me this? Or could I use your skills in blank to help me with this? I just really loved that. I love that idea of enrollment, having a conversation to get people on your side. She was great. She said, don't look on the bright side, be the bright side. So great. So great. Loved it. Michelle was awesome. She had a lot of fun stuff, a lot of funny stories. The next person that I got to hear from was April, and I don't know how to say her last name, April Bencosa. Bencosa. She is the owner of Image Studios in Salt Lake City, and the co-owner, here she is, hold on. There we go, that's focusing. The co-owner of the City Style Bar. It's a dry bar, I think the first in Salt Lake City. She talked about working at the airport, being a waitress, and having this dream of wanting to do hair and do more and not really knowing where to go with it. So she started doing hair, met the right people, things kind of lined up. The person that owned the salon held a little meeting and was teaching all of the girls that worked in the salon some things about the salon, about business. I'm not sure exactly what, but at the end he said, hey, if any of you want more training or want someone to coach or mentor you, come talk to me and I'd be happy to do that. She was the only person out of, I think, 150 girls there. Maybe not quite that many. I don't remember how many, but she said a whole room full. She was the only one that contacted him and took him up on it. After a series of events, she ended up buying that salon and then buying 2 more. And so now she owns these salons, and she has done some really awesome stuff. And she talked, let me tell you what the notes from there. She said, I have a great relationship with fear. Fear is exciting to me now. When I have fear, I know that it means where is that? She said fear is exciting because she knows it's going to push her in to do something new. Get excited and let your dreams pull you to them. Understand your dreams, visualize your dreams, and don't have this push of like, oh, this is the life I hate. These are the things I hate. I got to get away from it. I got to change this. Rewrite what's happening and what's new and go towards it. Let that be the driving force in your life, that it's so natural to go for these new things. She recommended the book Never Eat Alone, How to Build a Relationship and Network. I haven't read it. I'm going to get it. That's probably important. Let me know if you've read that book. What else? Talking about, being the product of the top 5 people you hang out with. I think a lot of us have heard that before, but do we really live it? I know that I could spend more time with the people that really lift me up and sort of get out of the negative people. When you have a dream, make a list of the things that you shouldn't, like reasons you shouldn't do it, reasons you can't do it, and then make a list of reasons you should and reasons why you can. She gave the example of losing weight, well, it's hard, or, the diet doesn't work with my busy schedule, or all these things that aren't going to work, and then all the things that will. Like, I can take a little time and plan meals. I can take a little time and do a workout video, or I know who to talk to about who to, help me get motivated, whatever it is. Make this list of everything that reasons you shouldn't do it and reasons you should, and then make a list of what happens if you don't go for it. So with, maybe getting healthy, well, I could get diabetes like the rest of my family, or I'll not really be happy with where I am, or, all the list of reasons that are all the list of things that are going to happen when you don't get it. And then make a list of what if you do? What if you get this goal? Well, I'm going to be super excited because I'm going to fit into these pants that I haven't fit into for 10 years, or I'm going to hit this mark, or I'm going to tell myself that I can get things when I go after them, and I'm going to feel successful because I've been trying to get this goal for a long time. Having that clarity and that certainty justifies the hard work, and you'll go for it. She quoted Lisa Nichols, who referenced a scripture, knock and it shall, it's a scripture that says, knock and seek. Now I can't remember it because I'm reading this. Okay. What is it? Seek and ye shall find, knock and shall be opened unto you. But she said you actually have to knock and seek. I'm going to look up that scripture. I know the Bible. I know that scripture. I just didn't write the whole scripture down. So let's see what else. Oh yeah, fear. This is what she said. I have a great relationship with fear. Fear means it's worth it, and it means it's exciting. I've trained my brain to change the view of fear, that fear means something exciting is happening. I loved that. And then I got to hear from Jane Ann Craig. Where did we go? Right there. She was really great. Her husband died from bone and lung cancer. By the time they found out, it was pretty advanced, and then 8 months later he passed away holding her hand. She talked about sitting there in the hospital room holding his hand. Her whole world had stopped, but life was still going on outside. The nurses were still walking around and doing things, and life was still busy, and here she was, like everything had stopped for her, but she realized things didn't stop, that she had to keep going. She had a 2-year-old son, so she had been in the health and industry field, so she created a business, and she created this business with the intent to sell it for millions of dollars. And finding investors was kind of tough for her. She went around, she took a couple weeks calling people, hey, do you want to invest in this company? This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. And she couldn't find anybody. So she changed it to, I just told everyone about my story. I told everyone about what I was doing. And she, let's see, what did she do? So she just started telling people, hey, I'm starting this company, and whoever invests is going to get a return on their investment because this company is going to sell for millions of dollars. And going through the whole story of what was going to happen. And within, I think she said a couple days, she had all the investors for her company. That company was, maybe you've heard of it, Total Dental Administrators. My husband and I had this insurance. It was a little card, TDA, Total Dental Administrators. She sold that company for millions of dollars to Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Really awesome lady. Now she just trains other women. What does she? She goes around. She lives in Salt Lake City, and she talks about the power of simplicity. We make life so complicated that it's really supposed to be more simple. Simplify our mindset. We are responsible for developing our mindset, and don't make it so complicated. She teaches a lot on this imposter syndrome, and she says it's really tough for women. Women have this more, that it's like, I can't do that because I look like a fake. I'll look like I'm an imposter. I'm not as successful as them, so I can't act like it because I'll be an imposter. So she just talked a little bit about how we have that problem, and ways to get over that is by being simple, just having the mindset and having mentors in your life. And I do some mentoring and coaching, but she talked about a mentor isn't always someone you pay. A mentor might be a speaker that you hear and you just really love them and you look towards them for inspiration. It might be an author of a book that you read over and over again. It might be a friend. It might be a teacher. It might be a colleague. It might be a coworker. There's a lot of people out there that we can look to just examine a little further and really take what they're doing and apply it to ourselves. What can I do to be more like you and to get another step ahead? Let's see. Never let anybody tell you that you can't achieve. And simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. I love that. And then our last speaker was so great. Her name is Jody Orgel Brown. Orgill, I think. Brown. And she had a brain tumor. I think it was 8 years ago. She had 4 little kids. A 10-year-old, 8-year-old, 6-year-old, and 2-year-old. That's probably not, I might have got that wrong. But 4 little kids. And I remember that because I have 4 little kids right now. She went to the doctor and they said, yep, you've got a brain tumor and it's in a really bad location. There's not anything we can do. So she said, how do I go home? And when they say, how to go, Mom? And I tell them, there's nothing I can do about it. And try to tell them it's going to be okay. She went to other doctors. They did a surgery to remove the brain tumor, but all the list of risks that could happen did happen. Her part of her face got paralyzed. She couldn't open and close her eyes. She couldn't hear. She's had a lot of reconstructive surgeries to try to deal with that. But the message that she shared was, you are authentic and you are gold. I love this. The periodic table of elements, you remember those science, like we see all those numbers on the wall? Gold's symbol is AU. And she said that is authentic. So when you are authentic, you are gold. And gold is so valuable that it's just who you are. You are so valuable because you are you. Not that you're anybody else, but that you are you. Being on the giving side, when you can be on the giving side of life, you are constantly looking towards other people and noticing them and being aware of what you can do for others, that it really gets you outside of yourself so that you can serve. Let's see. Oh, she did this exercise, which is so fun. So we were all sitting on tables because we'd had a luncheon. And she said, I want you to turn to the person next to you and tell them something you admire in them. And she said, okay, go. So all of us kind of turned and, oh, I like this. And you, at the break, you talked about this and I admire that about you. And then after, I don't know, she gave us 30 seconds. She said, all of you went immediately. None of you sat there and said, I don't know, I can't really think of anything. And I don't know if they have any qualities. We all just immediately said things because we'd been noticing that all day. And she said, it is so hard to do this for ourselves, but we are naturally good at doing this for other people. So take a moment to reflect on yourself and notice your worth and the things that you're doing well. She gave the acronym for SIT, and that is self-improvement time. Work on yourself and invest in the gold within you. It's okay to stop, take a break, take time for yourself. I'm really big on self-care, having things to give you a break before you break down. So I love that she mentioned that. And then she wrote a book, which I'm really excited to read. It's backwards. The Sun Still Shines. How a brain tumor helped me see the light. I'm excited. I will tell you about this book when I finish it. And just my takeaway from this is there's so much good information out there, and there's so many groups of amazing people coming together. So look up your local Chamber of Commerce. Look up if they have a Women in Business committee and get involved in some of their events. Check out what they're doing and where you can be involved. I met some really great people, and I had so much fun surrounding myself with these women that want to improve, that want to give to others, that want to connect and network. So just like April referenced, I think there's a lot of people that say the 5 people you spend the most time with you become more like. When you are just surrounding yourself with other people that want to improve, that want to lift themselves up, then you can also be lifted and you will improve. And if you're not a woman in business, find the groups out there that connect with what you're doing and get involved and meet some new people and get excited and get passionate and find these cool events out there. This is really exciting. Have a good night, guys. I hope you got something out of this. I know it was all really fast. I gave you a whole day conference in just a little bit of time, but if you have any questions, let me know, or any of the people that I referenced or talked about, let me know, and I will give you their info. Bye.